Hey guys, Gun Lover here. How you doing today? It's a beautiful, chilly, snowy day out here. I am in the sun, so that's helping a little bit. It's not terribly cold. Thankfully, there's no wind. But I just couldn't wait to get out here and film a video with this gun right here. This is my buddy's Springfield Prodigy DS Comp. It's a gun that has been reviewed a lot this year. I have watched at least 10 reviews on it, and it is a gun that has been on my list because I really like 1911s. I really like double stack, what you call 2011s, which is actually a staccato, but it's a double stack 1911. The only other one I've shot is the one I've shot here on my channel, which is the Nighthawk BDS 9, which was a very cool gun, and I'm hoping to shoot it again. Austin, I'm talking to you, buddy. But that one is definitely out of my price range for now. It's, I believe, $5,000 to $6,000. This one here is definitely a budget 2011 style gun. Double stack 1911, and this is the comped version, so it's got a comp here. Looks like a port, but they removed the rifling on the inside of it at the end of the barrel, so they called a comp instead. It's a pretty gun, in my opinion. I mean, it's just a good looking gun. He's got a Burris Fastfire 3 red dot on there, which is a micro red dot. That wasn't his first choice, but one thing that Springfield did with these is they gave it a Delta Point Pro footprint for the plate that comes with it. It's a really cool plate system. Should hold your optic in place really well, but there's only so many optics that'll fit that plate. And that's the one that he came up with so far. You can get other plates, but you're going to be spending, you know, another $140 or so for the plate, in addition to what you'd pay for the other red dot. But that's a decent side. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just maybe not his first choice or my first choice, but definitely a decent side. And he also put the Streamlight TLR7 HLX, which is a real nice light on there. Adds some weight to it also. Just a good looking gun. Feels really good in hand. That's clear. The trigger has a really good feel to it. I'm going to turn that red dot on. That's one thing about the red dot, or this red dot in particular, that it doesn't have shake awake, but it's super easy to operate. So, but the trigger has a really good feel to it, and I can't wait to shoot it. So I brought my Canik Mate out here to shoot it, to kind of compare to it. If you shoot, you know, 10,000, 50,000 rounds a year, like some of these gun guys on YouTube, which I would definitely do that if I could, you can pick up on differences in guns, like the triggers, the recoil impulse, the grip, pretty quickly, because you are doing that so much throughout the year. I don't shoot that much. I wish I could. Last year, I probably shot, you know, including everything, maybe 4,000 rounds, something like that. I don't log it, but that's a good guess. Maybe more, but not 50,000. I can guarantee you that. So I brought my Canik to kind of compare to it. My Canik is, hold on just a second. My Canik is bigger, and it's fairly snappy, but you can see it's close enough in size that it'll give me a good comparison, kind of side by side. You can see what the difference is there. So I brought it out just to compare it a little bit, and I'm just going to run some rounds through this and see how it feels. I can't wait. I haven't shot it yet. This is going to be my first shots. So there are a lot of good reviews on this gun out there, but there's mixed reviews because there have been some problems. And in a 1911 style gun, and this being a double stack 1911, they're pieces of machinery. Have a lot of mechanical parts, and some people have had issues with them, but we're gonna see. I'm just gonna run it. You're gonna see what I'm experiencing. So I've got a magazine loaded up here. I believe that's a 17 rounder, and we're gonna see how it runs. I'm gonna try to position myself so you can see the gun in my hands better. Okay, first shots. Oh, something I neglected to say is he is not sighted in his red dot, so I'm probably gonna do that today too. Let's see if I can get it to hit that steel. There we go. First mag, impression, I love it. Does not have the recoil impulse that Canic has. I don't even need to shoot them next to each other, but I will. It feels really good. Trigger feels good. I'm not a trigger snob kind of guy. Like I said, I did shoot that Nighthawk BDS 9, which is a really expensive gun with a really good trigger. But this trigger, to me, feels amazing. I think that comp helps a ton as far as recoil. It's not snappy at all. If that red dot was on, I could run it real fast at that steel, and I will sight it in today and get it on. I was using, the nice thing is the iron sights do co-witness, so I was able to just use the iron sights to line up those shots, but it took me a minute. So first impression, I like it. I'm gonna run this other mag through it, and then I'm probably gonna stop, sight it in, and do some more. I brought a couple hundred rounds out here, so here we go. It's throwing me off a little bit with that red dot. I'm trying not to look at the dot. I'm trying to focus on the sights, but it feels really good in hand. It's running good. This is ball ammo, full metal jacket. Some people have had problems running full metal jacket out of it. A lot of that, I think, has been attributed to the ejector. It's got an internal ejector. That is known to be a problem. You know, that can be a problem on 1911s. Some of them have went to the external, which is much more reliable, but this one seems to be running fine. So let me see if I can put some more rounds on target here. I'm telling you what, it's a cheat code. It's a big difference. That comp seems to be very effective. This is a great shooting gun. Maybe one of the best I've shot of any kind of gun. So I really like it so far. First impression. I know I'm not super hard to impress, but if I was picking a gun that felt good in my hand while I was shooting it, this would be one of them. So I'm gonna grab the Canic real quick. All right, you guys see me shoot this gun all the time, but I just wanted to shoot it for comparison. See what it looks like in comparison. Knocked my steel target off down there into the snow. Hopefully I can find the nut. But you know, this is a good shooting gun. It feels good. Definitely more snappy than that one. But you can see if that red dot was on, I could be putting rounds on target a lot faster. So let me empty this mag. Okay. All right. Come back to you. So, my buddy, he had some money to spend, and we went and shot several guns. You saw that in the other video I posted. Hopefully you watched it. Hopefully you're subscribed. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that little bell button up there so you can get notifications, because I know you want to see my face more often. So, especially when I'm shooting something like this. He was a little bit undecided about what he wanted. He really liked the Walther PDP. We shot a PDP Pro, and it was a nice shooting gun. Personally, I like this one better. I like the PDP, I really did. I actually liked the M&P 2.0 metal that we shot the best. He liked the PDP Pro. Both of them great guns, considerably cheaper than this one. But I would pick this one after shooting it, definitely. And that PDP Pro is, you know, similar, comparable. It's definitely better than my Canic, but it's a similar type gun because those Canics are basically clones. Mine's just not as upgraded as the one we shot. But this thing feels great in the hand. Feels great. So I'm going to sight it in. I'm going to take a break here, load the mags back up, take a few minutes and sight it in and see if I can get it running faster. Okay guys, I got some mags loaded back up. Didn't get this one completely loaded, but I will. I wanted to see if I can get this thing sighted in. This Burris Fast Fire has little tiny adjustment screws, and I'm gonna see if I can operate them with my pocket knife. If not, I may have to go get a screwdriver. But I'm gonna see if I can get this thing, this red dot lined up. See where I'm hitting at. I'm at about 20 yards, and I've got some bullseye targets up down there that when I aim at the bottom one, because I'm pretty sure I was shooting high. I'm a little shaky this morning. I have a little bit of a back injury. Just, it's happened before. I strained my back taking the lid off of a tote, and I actually couldn't move very much for a couple days. It's a lot better now, but it's still pretty weak, and I'm a little shaky. So I'm gonna go down here and see how those 3 shots looked. All right, guys, seems to be sighted in, actually. I moved up. I took 3 shots from about 20 yards. Couldn't actually see where I hit, so I moved up to 7 yards, shot a tight group right in the bullseye, moved back to about 10 yards, probably 12 yards, and same thing. So I also discovered that the T-post that I had my steel target on just broke. It wasn't the nut that came loose this time, it was the whole T-post that broke. So those have been shot a little bit, and the vibration I think caused it to break off. So I didn't lose the nut, that's a good thing. But I'm gonna see if I'm back out here 20 yards, if I can ring that steel with the red dot, see if it's on, because at 7 yards it was right on. There we go. Oh, that was my last round in there. It came with one 17 and one 20 round mag. These are fairly affordable. They're not too bad. I can't remember who makes these. They're not a Metgar. It says Duramag on it. So, but I found them online for like 40 bucks. So that's not bad. Oh, okay. First failure. Failure to feed. I'll show you there. Okay, let's see what happens here. I'm just gonna drop that mag. I'm not too worried about it. It happens. A lot of these 1911 style, 2011 style guns have some issues and some break-in period. I'm in a lot of Facebook groups for guns like these, and I read about them all the time. Now, when you pay this much for a gun, should that be the case? Probably not, but they are selling a gun that is, you know, in quality probably not comparable to like a Staccato, but a similar type gun for half the price or less than half the price if, in some instances. So I think it's going to happen. I don't know. I get it. You know, if I spend this much money on a gun, I want it to run right out of the box as fast as can be. I agree, it should be that way, but a lot of times that's not the case. So this one seems to be shooting just fine. That was the first failure I had. I don't know if well, okay, so here we go. It didn't want to feed that one. I just put it in the battery. Could need to be cleaned and oiled. I don't know, but let's see how it does. I don't know if it's ringing that steel or not. The steel's moving, but I'm not hearing it. I'll have to check it out on the video later. That one was ringing. That one ran just fine. I'm impressed. You know, failure to feed there, but overall, a great shooting gun. Like feels really good in my hand. As good as any pistol I've ever shot. Even the BDS-9, which sounds crazy, and I didn't have a lot of time with it. I would like to shoot it some more and see how it really runs. I'm not saying this is comparable to it. I'm just saying this one feels really good in my hand. So I'm going to load up some more mags and put some more rounds through it. Got my mags loaded up again. In case you're wondering, I was shooting Blazer 124 grain full metal jackets. I don't know what were in the first mags because those were my buddies. I think he has some Blazer too, but the second round of mags was Blazer 124, and now I just switched to MagTech 124 full metal jacket. So I'm going to run some more rounds through this thing. I'm going to go for distance and see how it does. Still not doing great accuracy wise. I am going to take these gloves off. These gloves are super grippy, and so helps me to hold on to it real well. I want to see what it feels like without gloves. I put those on because it's a little bit chilly riding the four-wheeler back here this morning. So here we go. Still feels great. A little bit of difference in the grip, but the grip texture on this is real similar to like the Smith & Wessons. It's got a real fine sandpaper feel to it and really grippy. Fits my hand well, as you can see. So I'm liking it. I'm going to turn this camera around a little bit. And actually I'm going to put this camera behind me. Not quite ready to shoot past this camera. I just got it. It's kind of expensive. I'm a pretty good shot. I haven't shot any other cameras, but I'm going to put it behind me and go a little further out. So, okay, I am out here at 50 yards, and I'm going to see if I can ring that steel down there. I've got 12-inch and 10-inch plates and 8-inch plates actually too. See how on this red dot is, and also my shooting. So here we go, 50 yards. Oh. Here we go. I hit it. There we go. That's a 12-inch steel at 50 yards, and I can hit that fairly fast with it. So let's see if we can hit the 10-inch. I hit the 8-inch. There we go. Oh, okay. Had a failure to go into battery. You can see that. Failure to feed. Okay, well. It's still not changing my overall opinion so far. I want to move this camera around so hopefully you can see me shooting at 50 yards. Okay. Well, let's see if we had a primer strike or not. Oh, I didn't load one in the chamber. That was my fault. Can't blame that on the gun. Let's see how fast I can run it. May not be all that accurate. We'll see. Okay, had another failure to go into battery. Could need some oil. I just really like it. Can run it fast. I could have ran it faster than that too, but I was just trying to stay, you know, fairly accurate. So, first impression, love it. Is it a gun I'd buy for duty? Like if I was in the line of duty? Probably not. There are other more reliable and probably more durable choices out there that are cheaper. You know, Glock reliability, Springfield Echelon, SIGs, the 320 if you want auto firing, self-firing. But is this a gun I would buy for the range or competition? Absolutely. Feels great in my hand. Price is not bad for what it is. I think I could, with some practice, I could learn to shoot this gun really fast. That little micro red dot on there is definitely not the first choice you'd want on a gun that you could shoot this fast. I'd like to see a bigger window on it, but perfectly fine. I mean, if my buddy wants to give me this gun, I will not turn it down. So my first impression, I've watched so many reviews on these. I've wanted one. I've held them in the stores. It's the first time shooting it. Really like it. Had those 3, I think, failure to feeds. Didn't want to go into battery. Can that be remedied? Probably. I think it's too early to say what the issue might be. May just take some more break-in. I just put 100 rounds through it. I'm going to put some more through it. But in those 100 rounds, it was pure enjoyment. I've watched several other reviews on it, and most people have said the same thing with this comped version. And that's a 4.25 inch barrel with that comp. and it just shoots like a dream, in my opinion. I've shot 2 Nighthawk Customs, I've shot a Wilson Combat, and initial feel, I would rather shoot this right here. Those were really cool guns, super nice. This one was super fun to shoot, so. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm gonna shoot this thing some more, but be sure to comment on what you think about it. Like this video, please. Share it. You can share it on Facebook. You can share it to your friends. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Thank you for watching the Gun Lover channel, and have a great day, guys.